Alright, so today we're talking about 28 single-player games that are just pure gold. No filler, no overhyped mainstream picks you hear every day. These are the titles that stick with you, the ones you finish and think, damn, that was worth every second. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with one of my all-time favorite series, the Middle-earth games. Both Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War feel like the ultimate power trip set in Tolkien's universe. The Nemesis system alone makes these games unforgettable, turning random orcs into personal rivals who grow, evolve, and hunt you down. The combat is smooth, fast, and addicting, mixing brutal executions with clean parkour-style movement across enemy fortresses. Shadow of War expands everything, with bigger sieges, cooler abilities, and more chaos, making every mission feel dynamic. These games don't just give you a world to explore, they give you enemies who remember you, hate you, and shape your story.
The ring will give us an army, and then it will give us Mordor.
Know how many teeth the character. You heard the news about me deceit, right?
They are powerless to resist.
Next we have Prince of Persia 2008, one of those games that aged better than anyone expected. Its hand-painted art style still looks gorgeous, and the traversal is some of the most fluid and relaxing platforming ever made. The real magic is the bond between the prince and Elika. She's not just a companion, she's woven into the gameplay, saving you from falls and helping you in combat. The game has this peaceful, almost dreamlike tone, making it perfect for players who love atmosphere over intensity. It's a simple but beautiful adventure that sticks with you long after finishing. Alright, we all love blowing things up in games, but the way most games handle destruction is pretty limited. In Faction Guerrila though, you can blow up almost everything however you want. The Geomod destruction engine gives you total freedom to tear apart bases, topple towers, or smash vehicles into scrap. What makes it so addicting is the improvisation. Every mission becomes a playground where you decide whether to sneak in, go loud, or literally drive a truck through the walls. The guerrilla war vibe fits perfectly with the chaos, and the game never takes itself too seriously. It's loud, messy, fun, and still delivers some of the most satisfying destruction in gaming. Portal 2 is one of those rare games that nails gameplay, humor, pacing, and storytelling all at once. The puzzles gradually push your brain without ever feeling unfair, and the writing is legendary. GLaDOS, Wheatley, and Cave Johnson make every moment memorable. The world feels bigger and more alive than the first game, with massive test chambers and surprising story twists. What really sells it is the personality. Even quiet corridors feel full of character. It's a game you can replay years later and still laugh, still get impressed, and still appreciate how smartly everything is designed.
I'll hit him with a paradox.
Warmer, warmer, boiling hot, okay, colder, ice cold. You're Arctic now. You're very cold, very, very, very cold. Look, just get on the button. Oh, that's funny, is it? Oh, it's funny because we've been at this for 12 hours and you haven't solved it either. So I don't know why you're laughing.
Baldur's Gate 3 is basically D&D brought to life with mind-blowing detail. Every decision matters, every character has depth, and every quest can go in ways you didn't expect. Sometimes because of your choices, sometimes because you did something dumb and the game just rolls with it. The combat is tactical but flexible, letting you approach fights creatively instead of sticking to basic strategies. The writing is top tier, the companions feel real, and the world reacts to you in ways few games ever attempt. It's long, immersive, replayable, and absolutely worth every minute.
Received. Breathe deep as she permits. Yes. Thank the Wave Mother. Blessed Umberly, so fit to spare an ignoble death. But her passing was not as the Wave Mother intended.
Mirror's Edge is still one of the cleanest, most unique first-person games ever made. Instead of guns and explosions, it focuses on pure movement. Sprinting across rooftops, sliding under pipes, wall running between buildings, all in one smooth flow. The minimalistic white and red art style feels fresh even today, giving the city this cold but beautiful personality. What makes the game special is the rhythm. Once you hit your pace, it becomes almost meditative. It's a short game, but the parkour is so tight and satisfying that it leaves a lasting impression long after the credits roll. Titanfall 2's campaign is short but packed with creativity and variety from start to finish. Every mission introduces a new twist, whether it's time shifting through collapsing buildings or navigating massive factory assembly lines. The bond between the player and BT gives the story unexpected heart, making the quieter moments just as memorable as the action. Movement is fast and fluid, with wall running and sliding making you feel like a futuristic super soldier. Combine that with huge Titan battles and clever level design, and you get one of the most beloved FPS campaigns of the last decade. Sleeping Dogs is one of those open-world gems that deserved way more love. The setting in Hong Kong gives the whole game a vibrant energy, mixing busy streets, neon nights, and back-alley fights that feel raw and cinematic. The hand-to-hand combat is where it shines most. It's weighty, stylish, and way more satisfying than the typical open-world brawling systems. The story is surprisingly emotional, following an undercover cop torn between loyalty and survival. Add in car chases, parkour, street racing, and fun side missions, and you get a game that delivers non-stop entertainment from start to finish.
How you like that? How you like that?
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is a fun, creative adventure that lets you play as 4 different Spider-Men, each with their own gameplay style and personality. Every level feels fresh because of the different tones and mechanics. One moment you're sneaking through a dark, shadowy 1930s alley, and the next you're speed dashing through futuristic skyscrapers. The voice acting is fantastic, with each Spidey bringing a different flavor of humor. It's a game that celebrates the variety of the Spider-Man mythos while still delivering a tight, exciting adventure.
Get around behind him! Got him! Take that! Oh! And some got your nose.
BioShock Infinite takes you to Columbia, a floating city that's beautiful on the surface, but filled with dark, unsettling ideas beneath the bright colors. The relationship between Booker and Elizabeth drives the whole experience, giving the story emotional weight that builds toward one of gaming's most memorable endings. Combat feels dynamic with vigors, sky rails, and varied weapons, letting you mix powers and mobility in creative ways. The world design is stunning, the music hits perfectly, and every chapter leaves an impression. It's one of those games that sticks in your mind long after you finish it.
After it! All right!
Sekiro is a brutal but incredibly rewarding action game where every enemy, every parry, and every boss forces you to improve. Instead of builds or leveling tricks, it focuses entirely on pure skill, learning patterns, mastering timing, and staying aggressive. The setting blends Japanese mythology with From Software's signature dark atmosphere, creating a world that feels dangerous and alive. The combat system, built around posture and deflection, is fast and intense, making victories feel genuinely earned. It's challenging, yes, but once everything clicks, it delivers one of the most satisfying gameplay experiences ever created.
Sekiro!
The Saboteur is stylish, unique, and criminally underrated. You play as an Irish resistance fighter in Nazi-occupied Paris, and the game's biggest hook is its color system. Oppressed areas appear in black and white, but as you weaken the enemy's influence, color slowly returns. It creates this powerful sense of reclaiming the city. The mix of stealth, gunplay, and open-world sabotage missions keeps things varied, and the 1940s aesthetic gives the world a beautiful noir feel. It's rough around the edges, but the atmosphere and creativity make it a standout experience even today.
Freak. Easy, mate. Save some for me.
Thief 2014 may not have been perfect, but it still offers a solid stealth experience when played with patience. Sneaking through dimly lit mansions, avoiding guards, and picking locks gives the game a classic immersive sim vibe. The city's moody, grimy atmosphere adds a lot of personality, and the focus on shadows and silence encourages you to think before moving. While some systems feel simplified compared to older Thief games, it still captures that tension of being a master thief slipping through danger. For fans of slow, methodical stealth, it delivers a satisfying experience.
No forgiveness. Foul aim. The dawn guides me to you. Faithful. No forgiveness. Foul aim.
Metal Gear Solid 5 gives you unmatched freedom in how you approach missions. Stealth, chaos, gadgets, distractions, it all works and feels smooth. The enemy AI reacts intelligently, adapting to your habits with helmets, shields, or night vision gear. The gameplay loop is insanely polished, from infiltrating bases to extracting soldiers with the Fulton system. The open world structure lets you experiment endlessly, and every mission becomes a playground where your creativity decides the outcome. Even if the story feels unfinished, the pure gameplay quality makes it one of the greatest stealth action experiences ever made. Uncharted 2 is the game that truly defined the series, mixing cinematic action with smart level design and tons of personality. From the iconic train sequence to sneaking through snowy villages, every chapter feels like a highlight. Nathan Drake, Elena, and Chloe carry the story with great chemistry, and the pacing never slows down. It just keeps throwing bigger and crazier set pieces your way. What makes it special is how smoothly it blends exploration, puzzles, gunfights, and character moments. It's the perfect adventure game and still stands strong years later.
4?
4?
Yeah, why?
A 4.
Yeah.
You were at least an 8.
An 8?
You were a total 8.
An 8? Those Guardian things were an 8.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, those were terrifying.
What's a 10?
Clowns?
Black Flag is basically the ultimate pirate fantasy wrapped inside an Assassin's Creed game. Sailing across the Caribbean, raiding ships, hunting treasures, and diving into deep-sea wrecks never gets old. Edward Kenway is one of the series' best protagonists, torn between greed and growth, and the world around him feels alive with storms, wildlife, and busy port towns. The naval combat is the real star. Firing broadsides, boarding enemy ships, and upgrading the Jackdaw makes the whole game incredibly addicting. Whether you follow the story or just explore, it's pure freedom and fun.
Bayonetta
Bayonetta is a stylish, chaotic action game that feels like a non-stop explosion of creativity and attitude. The combat is fast, fluid, and full of insane combos, letting you dodge, counter, and punish enemies with flashy moves that look incredible when mastered. The world is wild, the enemies are bizarre, and Bayonetta herself carries the whole game with confidence and humor. Boss fights are huge spectacles, each one topping the last. It may look over the top, but underneath is a tight, polished combat system that rewards skill beautifully. It's pure action energy from start to finish. Dishonored 2 gives you the ultimate freedom to play your way. Sneaky, lethal, chaotic, or completely non-lethal. You can choose between Corvo or Emily, each with unique powers that open up tons of creative possibilities. Levels like the Clockwork Mansion and the Dust District feel like living puzzles, giving you multiple paths, hidden rooms, and clever mechanics to experiment with. The world building is rich, the atmosphere is moody, and every choice shapes how characters react to you. It's an immersive, replayable experience that rewards curiosity and clever thinking at every turn. Persona 5 Royal is stylish from the moment you start. Bold colors, jazz music, sharp menus, everything screams personality. The story mixes supernatural battles with everyday school life, making you care about the characters as much as the missions. Combat is turn-based, but fast and strategic, with tons of personas to fuse and experiment with. Royal adds new content, characters, and endings, making an already great game even better. It's long, but every hour feels worth it, thanks to strong writing and a vibe no other RPG has. It's iconic in every way.
Oh no! There's a powerful... Wow! That shadow was crazy!
Remember Me takes place in Neo Paris, a futuristic city that looks gorgeous and feels full of personality. The game's biggest hook is its memory remix mechanic, where you jump into people's memories and alter events to change their behavior. It's still one of the most creative ideas in any action game at Mutual Stations. Combat is customizable through a combo system that lets you build your own move chains, and while it's a bit clunky at times, the world building and art direction carry the experience. It's a flawed hidden gem that deserved a lot more attention.
Run!
Skyrim is the kind of game you can fire up for just an hour and suddenly realize the sun's rising. The open world is massive and filled with caves, ruins, dragons, guilds, and endless side quests that pull you in from every direction. The freedom to build any kind of character, mage, thief, warrior, or some strange hybrid, makes every run feel different. The soundtrack is iconic, the world is atmospheric, and the sense of discovery is unmatched. Whether you mod it or play it vanilla, Skyrim stays one of the most absorbing RPGs ever made. Soma is a slow, atmospheric horror experience that focuses more on fear of the unknown than jump scares. You explore a crumbling underwater research facility while piecing together what happened to humanity, and the deeper you go, the more unsettling the answers become. The game's strength is its storytelling. It asks heavy questions about identity, consciousness, and what it really means to be human. The enemies are disturbing, but the real horror comes from the situations you're forced to confront. It's a thoughtful, emotional sci-fi horror game that sticks with you long after the credits roll. Spec Ops: The Line looks like a simple military shooter at first, but it quickly becomes one of the darkest and smartest narratives in gaming. Set in a ruined Dubai swallowed by sandstorms, the game slowly pulls you into a psychological descent where every decision feels heavy and uncomfortable. The story challenges the usual hero fantasy by forcing you to confront the consequences of your actions. It's not fun in the traditional sense. It's powerful, disturbing, and intentionally unsettling. By the end, it delivers a gut punch that few games dare to attempt.
Let's just keep moving.
God, please, help!
Walker, come on, man.
There's nothing we can do.
God of War 3 is pure mythological chaos turned up to 11. From the very first boss fight on Mount Olympus, the game hits you with massive scale, brutal combat, and non-stop intensity. Kratos is at his angriest here, tearing through gods and titans with raw fury, and the gameplay blends fast combos, cinematic takedowns, and clever puzzles. The visuals still look impressive, especially the huge set pieces that make you feel tiny compared to the world around you. It's a loud, violent, unforgettable finale to the original trilogy, and one of the best action games ever made. Journey is a peaceful, emotional adventure that proves games don't need words to be powerful. You glide across vast deserts, climb snowy mountains, and explore ancient ruins in a simple yet incredibly beautiful world. The soundtrack elevates every moment, turning simple movement into something almost spiritual. The coolest part is meeting another anonymous player who can join your journey. No voice chat, no names, just pure cooperation. It's short, but it leaves a deep impact, offering a calm, almost meditative experience that feels different every time you revisit it. Mad Max throws you into a harsh desert wasteland filled with raiders, storms, and abandoned ruins. The car combat is the standout feature, customizing your magnum opus, ramming enemy vehicles, and launching harpoons during high-speed chases feels amazing. On foot, the melee system is crunchy and satisfying, letting you beat down enemies with weight and impact. The world feels lonely but immersive, with strong art direction capturing the atmosphere of the films. It's a gritty, underrated open-world game that delivers great action, fun exploration, and a perfectly rugged post-apocalyptic vibe. Fallout 4 gives you a massive wasteland to explore, filled with factions, secrets, mutated creatures, and abandoned buildings begging to be looted. The shooting feels tighter than past Fallout games, and the crafting system lets you modify weapons, armor, and entire settlements however you want. Building your own bases becomes weirdly addictive, especially when you start linking shops, defenses, and living spaces. The story has multiple paths, companions are memorable, and the freedom to roleplay however you like keeps the game endlessly replayable. It's a messy but lovable sandbox full of discovery. 'Tomb Raider 2013 is a grounded, intense reboot that redefines Lara Croft as a survivor instead of a legendary explorer. The island setting is dangerous and full of secrets, mixing stealth, combat, and exploration in a smooth way. Lara's progression feels real. She starts vulnerable, but slowly becomes stronger and more capable as you upgrade skills and weapons. The cinematic action scenes are thrilling, but the quieter moments of exploring tombs or solving puzzles give the game real balance. It's a sharp, emotional reimagining that kicked off a fantastic new trilogy.
Now you die.
And that wraps it up. 28 single-player games that honestly deserve every bit of praise they get. If you've tried any of these or think I missed something that belongs on this kind of list, drop it in the comments. I always love seeing what everyone else is playing. Thanks for hanging out, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.